But it's all very well to rail against the establishment, to claim that democracy has been betrayed, that the elites are out of touch. I mean, that's going to resonate with a lot of people.
Well, I think it's all true.
It may be true, but you can whip people up into a sort of populist fervour. But where's the beef? You've diagnosed the problem, but where's the solution? There's not a single policy on your website. You rail against the elites. You went to Dulwich College.
What's that got to do with
You're
it?
against career politicians, but you've spent longer in the European Parliament than most MPs have been in Westminster.
Trying to get rid of my job.
Most people see you as part of the elite. Let's look at the effect of Brexit on the United Kingdom and the Union, because a lot of people think that the Leave vote has endangered the Union. Are you a unionist?
Yes, absolutely.
How will you deal with the Irish border? Because if you want to leave on WTO terms, there is a real issue there, isn't there?
Well, unfortunately there is. There are two issues, aren't there, with goods going back and forth across the border. One is quality and standards. Well, given that we're completely harmonised with European Union rules, for the first year or two, that will not even be an issue of any kind at all. The second, of course, is tariff.
But if down the line the UK government decides on certain things to go away from EU standards, then there still would have to be a border and there would have to be checks.
There is not going to be massive regulatory change in Brexit Britain within the first...
Well, what's the point of it? What is the point of Brexit? What is the point of Brexit if there isn't going to be change? Surely your aim has to be real divergence. Otherwise, as I say, what was the point of it?
Of course.
Where would you like to see divergence?
One of the points of Brexit is for us to become more competitive.
You seem to have changed your mind on the Norway option, for example.
I've never changed my mind on the Norway option.
You did say in 2014, wouldn't it be terrible if we were like Norway and Switzerland? Really, they're rich, they're happy, they're self-governing. Name a single tangible thing that will be improved for the average working Briton after we've left the EU.
I do think there is a chance for wages to go up. But look, Brexit on its own doesn't solve all of our problems. Let me say this to you. As leader of UKIP, we were never anti-immigration. To stop discriminating against people from India and against people from Australia in favour of those coming from Europe.
But only 22% of immigration to the UK comes from EU countries. So why is freedom of movement such a no-no for you when it's actually, if you want to reduce immigration, it's from outside the EU?
The fact that numbers coming from the rest of the world have been so high is because the Conservative government fails again and again and again.
David in Reading. Hi, David.
Yeah, hi, Ian. Nigel.
Morning.
Right. Morning. You have made the statement after Brexit we can import cheaper food from all over the world, followed by admitting it could be, quote, be bad for farmers, quote, it could be the lowering of standards of what food we buy in the shops. Is this the UKU plan for the future, and who exactly does it benefit?
Cheaper food, and that may pose problems for some of our farmers, and I accept that.
British farmers that go out of business as a result of Brexit.
They'll have to adapt. That's what happens. All through life, things change, people adapt. If we decide to import cheaper food, that will provide some challenges in, of course.
Evan is in Slough. Evan, what would you like to ask?
Hi, Nigel. I'm just interested to know if the UK economy is tanking, which is predicted by the vast majority of economists.
Oh, right.
How, as a result of a no-deal Brexit, for example, how exactly would that lead to wages rising if people are losing their jobs?
Evan, you know, the same people told me that we had to join the exchange rate mechanism and that if we left it would be a disaster. It was the best thing that happened to us in the 1990s. The same people,
the exchange rate
told us that, well, it's not really. Well, actually, no. Actually, no, it's not completely different.
We were not in something. We're currently in something that's existing. You're talking about taking away something that exists.
Same people who've got everything wrong in the past are wrong about this. Evan...
So all the economists are wrong, is what you're saying. Is the experts wrong? That's what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, goodness me.
You can't just dismiss every single economist, though, can you? Apart from the ones you agree with.
No. Well, that's the point, isn't it? Evan chooses his ones and I can choose my ones.
But do you not feel that if you accuse him of living in his echo chamber, people can also make the same accusation to you?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm talking about something even more important than whether you or I think in the short term we might do better or worse, because the honest answer is none of us ever know.
That's Nigel Farage, the leader of the Brexit Party.